Welcome to CBS This Morning. President Obama says he is now ready to fight the terror group ISIS. Tomorrow he will tell congressional leaders what he has in mind. Then on Wednesday, he will explain it to Americans in a televised speech.
Members of Congress say they want to hear specifics. Bill Plante is at the White House, where the president is about to reveal more about his strategy. Bill, good morning.
Good morning. Well, the president, has taken a beating for not moving decisively against the Islamic militants in Syria and Iraq, known as ISIS, or as the president says, ISIL. But now, after his meeting with NATO allies in Europe, he says he has a plan to defeat the militants, and he'll discuss it with Congress and the public over the next few days.
I'm preparing the country to make sure that we deal with a threat from ISIL.
The president pointed to steps his administration has already taken, deploying military advisors to the region and launching over 140 airstrikes on ISIS targets in Iraq.
The next phase is now to start going on some offense.
This week, the president will explain the threat that ISIS poses to allies in the Middle East and how that threat could spread to the U.S.
What I'm going to be asking the American people to understand is, number one, this is a serious threat. Number two, we have the capacity to deal with it. Here's how we're going to deal with it.
The plan will not include ground troops, but airstrikes will continue. 9 U.S. allies have agreed to help. The president will also ask Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Turkey, and the United Arab Emirates to step up.
We are going to systematically degrade their capabilities. We're going to shrink the territory that they control. And ultimately, we're going to defeat them.
The president will also seek to clarify his message for Congress, where he's been criticized by both Republicans.
I believe this president has committed presidential malpractice in his foreign policy. You have mixed messages coming from the administration. They don't have a strategy. Are we going to contain them or are we going to defeat them?
And Democrats.
I want to congratulate the president. He is now on the offense. It is overdue, but the president is now there.
Now, Feinstein also has an op-ed in USA Today this morning. She urges Americans to understand, even though we may be weary of war, how serious is the threat from ISIS. She writes, if the United States fails to unite and lead the world against ISIS's horrific goals, we could suffer the consequences for decades to come. Charlie?
Bill, thanks.